deep with it, I think, as well. Okay.
Cool.
How's the rest of the week? Any questions? Any training things that happened? Jake, I haven't seen you for a bit. You okay?
Yeah, all I do is work. I've already
That's
worked
all
out.
I do. That's all I do. It's like you're back when you're 16. That's all I
Yeah,
do.
it's great.
That's awesome.
I've been going to the gym. I'm a little leery of that though.
What's that?
I've been
Just
going to a gym. I'm a little leery.
hug everybody, lick every pole you can. And
No, like I told Tom, I got tested the other week, so I was fine.
Of course you're fine. We're all fine, Jake. We're all fine. There's nothing wrong with anybody. If there's something wrong, it's where's Oleg? Is he here? If there's something wrong, it's with Oleg. Just hey, Oleg.
Yeah, but that's COVID independent.
Is that Oleg? Is Oleg independent?
No, COVID independent.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we have big picture stuff now, right? Big picture stuff. Okay, guys. So let's get started. So let me show you what we covered in class a little bit, and then you can kind of work. So you can be seated or lying down. It doesn't really matter to me, right? But just stay kind of. So again, guys, please don't ever worry. Like if you miss something, I hope that you watch these classes at least one other time during the week, just to kind of let it in, some interesting stuff. Let me just mute everybody quick so we're not getting into the other stuff. All right, so yes, try sitting. Maybe you're lying down, just nice and normal. And what I want you to do now is just breathe, or just have the idea that you're breathing into your entire body. So as you sit here, try to get a visual outline, like, you know, when you see that body lying on the ground, they put a chalk line around it. Kind of, hopefully you don't find yourself in those situations, but if you could imagine breathing like your entire body being a lung. So as I breathe in, I don't just feel my chest, but I feel my feet, my legs, and I kind of fill my entire body up. So this idea of feeling your entire body, this is going to be there was the big topic for the class, and I'll kind of on the video be able to kind of explain and walk you through a little bit more. So as you're just sitting there, you can close your eyes, you can leave them open, it doesn't really matter. The idea is that you feel your entire body filling up, and as you breathe out, you feel your entire body kind of, I guess, deflating a little bit or shrinking. And there's a very small movement. I mean, if I had to do it under slow motion, there's probably like a couple of millimeter increase and a couple of millimeter decrease, very small. If you get into a habit of doing this before you go to bed, and when you wake up, just before you actually get out of bed, where you feel your entire body breathing, so not just your lungs. So as you're doing this, I'll just explain something for a little bit. As you're doing this, I want you to imagine or scan your body very quickly. So as you start to fill up, you imagine like a laser beam or like a light starting at your feet. And as you breathe in, it comes up your shins, it comes up your knees, hips, stomach, chest, shoulders, neck, head, arms. And then as you breathe out, you feel this like red laser beam kind of working its way down. So as you're breathing to the whole body, you actually feel a body scan. This is very important. People often talk about body awareness, but it starts in the mind first, and then it goes to the physical body. So try to get a good mental image of your body and scan it up and down as you're breathing. So this is important, that it goes up or down to up to down.
Manny,
Yes.
we're not talking about imagination now. We're talking about trying to feel that happen.
Trying
Right?
to feel that. Now there's two ways to do that. If you guys like, there's a way you can, if you've ever been sunbathing and the sun starts to come out from a cloud and it only hits part of your body, and you can actually feel that heat. Like as the sun comes out of the cloud, you can actually feel it come across you, right? So you feel it like that, guys. It's very important to, take normal things where that happens, right? The other way I did this is in cold water. You go to a lake. Like when I walk, because the lakes here in Canada are freaking cold, right? They're not like they're freezing. So as you walk in inch by inch, you can feel the cold come up. And I love doing that, right? People think I'm just chicken. I am kind of, but that's not, not Oleg's laughing at me, but it really is. I love feeling that cold coming up. It's like a body scan. It's a body scan, and you can do it with the idea of breath. Awesome, guys. So I'll leave you with that because I just want to get through a lot. Now lie down if you haven't already. If you're not, lie down, right? So now, so before you went bottom to top, now you're going to go front to back. So as you're lying there and you breathe to the whole body, I want you to imagine the sun on you, but it's almost like the sun is liquid. So as you breathe in, it's like liquid sunlight coming in. So you materialize the breath and the sun, and it literally comes in and it goes right to the back of you. It goes right to the floor. So it's like a liquid sunlight that you're bringing into your body as you breathe in. It's just really on the inhale now. So exhale, it doesn't matter. But try to imagine like breath coming in from the front and going out through the back. And if you want to envision the sun, it's like liquid. To me, it's liquid sunshine. It literally hits me and it melts right through my body. Very good. And now roll over to your stomach. Roll over to your stomach. Again, be comfortable. Turn your head kind of usually to the side so you don't strain it. So now, as you breathe out, it's like you feel that sunlight on your back and you breathe it forward into the ground. So you let that liquid sunlight come from the back, down into the body, into the chest, and into the floor with an exhale. So breathe in, you don't care. It's on the exhale. It's like you feel it just going through your body. And you breathe to the whole body, and the feeling is to the whole body. Awesome, guys. Come around for a second. Just want to check that you all got that. Could you feel that stuff? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So if you can put that, I think I muted you. I hope that, so the idea of breathing to the entire body is huge. Okay. We talked about it in class yesterday. Think about listening. Okay. Think about food. Okay. Like when you want to really taste food, you put it in your mouth, you chew it, and then you taste it. It's kind of felt in the whole body. Good food is, you could just, it's like, oh, you see people when they have either a good drink or good food, that it literally is felt through the whole body, right? And it's taken that. The same when you're listening. When somebody says something, we hear it, but then we right away, we didn't really think about it. We heard it and we just shot it right back out. But good listening, you a little bit reflect on what was said, and you think about how that made you feel before you answer back. So it's not a thought process, right? It's more, how did that food make me feel that I ate? How did what I hear make me feel? And then I formulate something. So for you to do this stuff with breathing, you have to kind of feel it too. It's much like all those other things, all right? Because from what I noticed, guys, I see people breathing, but they didn't really take it into their whole body as one full piece, right? We're talking about deep stuff, guys. We're not talking about just shallow level stuff. I mean, you could just have an argument and just shove food in your mouth. It's also fine too, but you're talking at a higher level, right? So that, I'll leave you with that. That's kind of the first part of what I want you to do, is to involve it into your breathing. It might take 5 minutes a day at most. I don't know how long that would take you to do, to feel. The next is with your movement. Again, so you can stand up. So we can all kind of stand up, right? You see me? So pick a position, right? And from this position, you should feel your breath like into your whole body. Just on the inhale, right? You feel it. And on the exhale, it's like the breath moved your entire body back. So as I exhale, I kind of take a step back. And then as I inhale, it's like I pulled forward. Okay? So the breath will move you. So one breath, one move. So as you breathe in, take a step back, and it really should feel the whole body. Okay? And then as you breathe in, you come forward. As you breathe out, it pushes you back. And you can do the same left and right. It's also fine. You don't have to make a lot of steps, even just one step. And the beauty of some of the great martial art and great athletes, to be honest with you, is their very first step is really good. So your first step is critical here, guys. It needs to be soft. You need to feel your whole body. Okay, so as you take a step, that the step, you feel the knee, the back, the hips, the shoulders, like everything is felt. You truly feel your entire body. Now, the military guy, when you're doing this, you would see this differently if I had a 60-pound backpack on you. If you move like crooked, you'll feel that backpack moving, right? You don't have a backpack now, but try to see that, okay? That any burden on your body, a step is huge, right? For those of you that like to lift heavy weights, try deadlift 300 pounds and take a step and see how much that will burden you, right? It's a huge burden. So a step right now feels like nothing because there is no burden on you. But tomorrow, if there's a burden, it'll be a big step. It'll be troublesome, okay? So take that step as one complete piece. So if that truly feels like honest, like you feel like one piece, take a few steps on the inhale. Like as much as your inhale can go, take a few steps. So maybe it's a medium inhale, you can take 2-3 steps. And then as you take your exhale, take those steps till the exhale ends. So the longer you inhale, the longer you go forward, the longer you exhale, the longer you go backwards. And it could be depending on your room, it doesn't matter. But any change of direction will signify a change of breathing, and that marries it. So, and it's the whole body that's moving, not a piece. So the body as one piece moves. If at any point you feel disconnected, just stay still and breathe till you feel the whole body. Good guys. Now, stop for a second. Stay nice and still, comfortably standing, and take a quick gauge. So make sure that if you weigh 100 pounds, that you have 50 on one side, 50 on the other, and that you also have 50 in the front of the foot and 50 on the heel. Like you're very balanced. Okay, as balanced as you could be, as much as you can be. And again, as you start to breathe in now, imagine that like red line starting to come up. So scan your body. As you inhale, you feel at your toes, then up your shin, your knee, your hip, stomach, chest, shoulders, neck, head, arms. And then you feel that scanning line coming down again. And you just scan your body with the whole body with the breath. Good. Lift your hands up like that. Hands up as high as they can go, right? So stretch up, not to strain, but you feel a stretch. So try to find the difference between a stretch and a strain. So you got your hands up, and try now to feel your whole body. So make sure, even though you're reaching up, you still feel your legs. You feel your whole body. Right? So the whole body is felt. You're not stretching in the legs, just that you feel everything. And from this position now, as you inhale, take a step forward. And as you exhale, take a step back. And try to make sure that the arms and the legs are in one line. You're not wavering like a tree. Try to hold yourself very still, okay? So as you move, you don't feel the arms swaying forward or backwards as you move. So you move in such a way that you didn't cause the arms to go backwards or forwards. or left and right for that matter. It didn't matter. Again, you make sure every time you move that the whole body moves. Awesome, guys. Good. Come around closer. Hello. Carlos, how are you?
Better late than never.
Better late than never, eh? Spoken like experience. Anyway, welcome. So guys, so how did it feel when you did that? Could you feel, when I do this, I feel my shoulders talking to me. They're trying to grab all the attention. Like, even though I'm walking, it's like, because there is a small strain on the shoulder, I almost forget about my feet all the time. And I really have to work at keeping attentive to my feet as I'm walking, okay? But I'll tell you another one. This symbol is like, I give up, right? It's like, okay, like I'm done, whatever. This one is different. This one is like open, like you're really open to everything, okay? So these movements have psychological aspects. When you put your hands up, it's like you finally say, I give up. Like I give up. And that, when you get to that point, whether it's in life or in training, you're going to be the richest man possible on the mats. Okay. I can guarantee you. Okay. When you finally say, I give up, I want to learn something new. I'm tired of what I know. I want to figure something out different. Or the whole idea of competing, once that leaves you, the whole world will open up. I'm serious, guys. That's the truth. So I do these movements not because I just want to build big shoulders or tense shoulders. It's like, really, I give up. It's like, guys, you've all gotten there, I'm sure, with your significant other. Have you not? Like, oh, I'm done. I can't win here. You throw your hands up, right? But that movement is powerful. It's an open movement. You've reached, like when you get a point where you reach a point where there is no going back, a decision has to be made. Right? That's what I love about those moments. Like, how many of you have had a good fight and you really found out who your friends were? It's surprising, right? You really find out who's there for you, okay? And they're not to be judged. They're just meant to be understood that some things make no sense. But when you're on the line, there's a decision has to be made, left or right, and that's it, right? And I remember Michael talking a lot about how the battlefield cures those things, right? You learn just to make a decision. We don't hum and haw. Whose side are you on? You don't hum and haw. You better figure it out real quick. Okay, figure that stuff out quick. So now I want you to try the same thing like this, okay? And watch how your shoulders won't be engaged as much, okay? So when you open up your hands and breathe in and walk forward and breathe out and walk back, watch how you will feel like one full piece of one full body. Try that on your own. So open up your arms wide. As you breathe in, take a step forward as one piece. And as you walk back, as you exhale, take a step back. And just see if you can feel how open that position is, how vulnerable you are. You're completely open. You often hear in systemic, this is how you should take strikes, right? You really open yourself. So it's not just a cocky position. It's you're truly opening yourself to the idea of like, okay, I'm going to take some strikes, you know? Awesome. Good. Good enough, guys. Did you feel that? Could you feel that open position? I don't think you felt the shoulders as much, right?
No, for sure.
What's that?
For sure not. Yeah, no shoulders.
No shoulders on the open one, but up here you felt it, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is important, guys. So this is why I can hear my teachers always telling me, shoulders, relax your shoulders, relax your shoulders. I at one point I was like, shut the fuck up about your shoulders. You know, it was pissing me because I got it, but I didn't realize how much they're involved. The shoulders are real nemesis for most people, especially guys that are quite strong. The shoulders is very problematic, okay? Quiet your shoulders as much as you can. And if you ever get a chance to hold Michael's shoulders and feel them, it's unbelievable. There is not an ounce of tension in there. Nothing. Under great duress. It's amazing to watch. Such smooth shoulders, right? So much of our shoulders is fear and anxiety and nervous behaviors, right? Really calm them down, right? An old trick that you remember the old people used to do, right? You ever watch, no crack against the old guys. Sorry, guys. I'm there too, right? You ever watch them walk like this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They would walk like that, right? Guys, try walking like that for a couple of minutes. Watch what happens. Look how your shoulders are almost geometrically or symmetrically in a perfect position to relax. In an absolute perfect position to relax. It's so beautiful. And right away, it's like you look intelligent. Not that you weren't intelligent. I was just saying.
Wise.
Wise. Okay, wise. Okay, wise is a good word. Okay, wise. But it's so just something to think about. Whenever you're trying to relax your shoulders, that's a great way of doing it, and no one will even know what you're doing. Now, if you have one shoulder tenser than the other, for me, it's usually my right one. What I usually do with my hand is this. I grab it and I pull it. So I take and I pull it down a little bit. So if you have one arm that's tighter than the other or shoulder, just pull down behind it. No one will know what you're doing anyway. Very good, guys. Good. Okay. Good enough. So keep the shoulders quiet. Work with the other thing for those of you that have seen it. You can find all this stuff in dancing. Truly, guys, you can find it in dancing. It's very common to watch dances, especially elaborate dances. You can see them in Greek dances, but any of them. But I'll just say Greek because I'm Greek. But you see them open their arms up when they're dancing, right? And that gesture is very symbolic of I have nothing to hide. I'm completely open. I'm not hiding anything. So the gesture is very much that. So if in training you find you're closed off or defensive, it's better to just open your arms up and let the person hit you. And at least you're dealing with the real thing and you're opening yourself to the training rather than hiding from it. So it's a real, the positions that we put our bodies in have a psychological effect on it. So this is just one. Their hands up, not so good. Hands open, really good. And what's the difference? Not too much, to be really honest with you, right? Hands behind you. Look, right away, you think more. Right away, it's like you're activating your brain. Is that by accident? That no matter what culture I've seen, whether it's India, Greece, Italy, when I watch the old guys walking, they all got their hands behind their back. I mean, how did that happen? Just coincidental, or is that really a position of somebody that likes to think a lot, right? Or has better? So something just to think about when you're training. That when I'm telling you shoulders, 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 that might be part of it. Okay. Okay, go onto the ground now, if you can, lay down the ground. Okay. So put your hands beside you in a push-up, right? So hands beside you in a push-up. And again, the idea here is the whole body, right? So we're talking about doing a push-up with the whole body, but look what happens. I don't know if you can see it. The position of my shoulders is one of strain, okay? Like they're kind of like ready to push. And my legs back here are kind of laying on the ground and they're shut off. They're kind of like not really activated, right? So how could I possibly go up as one piece? I couldn't. My shoulders are in an awkward position, right? They're not in an exactly comfortable position. For those of you that did weights, think of the bench press. Where does the bench press start? Starts up here, right? Shoulders are down here. Imagine if you started the bench press from here. It's a very awkward position, right? It's an awkward starting point, okay? So when I'm here, what I do is I push into the ground a tiny bit with my hands. And behind me, with my feet, I push into the ground. So I don't know if you guys can see it. See how it raises my knees up? So when you push into the ground with your toes, your knees come up off the ground, okay? So just try that. So put your hands here, push your toes into the ground, and it should lift your knees up a little bit, okay? We're not finished yet. Now, suck in your stomach a little bit like you're on the beach. So the whole body is activated. So now with an inhale, come up. And with an exhale, go down. Do you see how that felt? Before, usually your shoulders start and then everything's kind of catching up and you're not doing it as one piece. So put your hands beside you, push with your feet behind you. So you should feel your hands and your feet now. And if you're pushing, you should feel your knees. If I'm pushing with my hands, I feel my elbows. If I'm pushing with my feet, I feel my knees. I suck in my stomach, which connects the midsection, and now come up. Yeah, and just connect it with a breath. And there you have a full body push-up, right? But you guys get good at doing one good push-up before you go to two. Just really perfect the one. Imagine an Olympic Russian judge scoring the best push-up in the Olympics. Think about it. So make that one push-up as good as you possibly can. Okay, guys, good. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Oleg,
Yes.
you get it?
Yes. Yep. I struggled with neck up or shoulders up.
What do you mean?
So it seems for me it was the whole body started at the shoulders because I put so much focus on the shoulders early on, whereas shoulders up, specifically my neck, remained tense or not kind of integrated.
Let me give you a little hand here. So when I put my hands here, right, what I do is I bring my elbows in a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't have to be like right in, but a little bit work with the elbow. So put your elbows out, everybody. Guys, feel the elbows. See how they're flapping? So So everybody put your hands in a push-up and kind of flap your elbows. Now, bring them really close to the body. That's too close. Bring them about 45 degrees. And now push into the ground with this part. Oh, look, look, push with this part. Okay, so you're pushing in and come up. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's better. There's more control.
So when I never do my push-up, guys, I'm telling you, this is from shooting, whether it's archery or pistol or rifle, from here down, from your mid forearm to your hand, from your mid forearm to your hand, they're soft as can be. Okay, so if you're a tennis player, you barely hold on to the racket. If you're a golfer, you barely hold on to that golf club. The hands have to be soft, right? The same in punching. The real is the elbow. Elbow is going to be critical for you to understand, right? So as I'm here, shoulders, if I get up my shoulders, I relax my elbow and I push into the ground a 45 right around here. And that will less shoulder engagement, okay? Just try it a little. Just one or two, and that's it. And then I want to show you something else. Good, very good. That's it. Just a little bit, guys. You can practice it later. Now, if you really this is everything is symmetrical now. Everything is equal. Your hands and feet, right? Now, what I want you to do is play with the hands. So look, I've scattered my hands. I got one hand and one hand low. Now, if I try go through my shoulders, you'll see it. Okay, see if you can watch this. Look at my push-up. It's like somebody's pulling me from the shirt over here. It's like somebody grabbed my shirt and lift. That's the visual I have. So anybody ever picked up a cat? Literally picked it up, right? It's like somebody's picking you up. You didn't do a push-up. So no matter how my arms are, right? I don't go through my muscles. I literally rise myself. Okay? I don't go through my shoulders at all. Okay? And you can play with the feet position, right? They can be wide apart, right? So now your hands and feet are not going to be square anymore. They're going to be all over. They can be any position you want. And you have to rise yourself as one piece, as one piece. Try it on your own, guys. Try it. See what you can do. Okay? This is going to simulate truly you're not using your shoulders. Okay? Any position is fine because it's a concept. Your body works as one. You know, if you weigh 180 pounds, you're 180 pounds no matter how you move anyway. Nice, Miro. Nice. That's it. Don't forget to breathe, guys. You breathe to the whole body. You move to the whole body. You lift the whole body. It's everything is done as one piece. Awesome, guys. Turn around, lie down on your backs. So without tensing anything, without doing anything, just as you're lying there, quickly scan your body. So do that, as you're lying there, think of that laser coming up your feet as you breathe in, knees, hips, stomach, chest, shoulders, neck, head, arms. And then it scans down with an exhale. Just scan down and look for any tension as you're scanning. Something will stick out to you, something will affect you. Very good, guys. Now, as you're lying there, very gently with maybe only 20, 30%, inhale, tense up the entire body. With 20%, just tension a little bit everywhere. And then exhale, relax, right? And the key here is to grab every single muscle at the same time. So don't over tense up. It's like you want 20% tension throughout the whole body, stomach, back, legs, knees, feet, arms, fingers, jaw, face, head, neck, everything. This is really challenging, guys. People think this is quite challenging to make every muscle you have fire off at 20%. But it's a low level activation, but to the entire body. Awesome. Open your hands up a little bit now like this. So you're nice and wide, right? So your arms and legs, everything's nice and wide. Okay. Lift up your hands about 12 inches off the ground and lift up your feet about 12 inches off the ground. So you have this like U shape. So think of a little bucket or a bowl of some sort, okay? And try to feel your whole body. Try to feel the whole, so stomach, hips, knees, shoulders, chest. You can lift your head up a little bit too, so maybe you kind of like complete the bowl. Again, there's no length of time. The moment you lose that feeling, so you feel every muscle you have now because you've just lifted it a little bit. Believe it or not, this simple little thing like this, you're working more little muscles than you could imagine. Now you can play with the hand position. They can be open, though it can be close together. It can be anywhere as long as the arms and legs are off the ground. So watch me for a sec, guys. It can be like this. Just watch. It can be like that. They don't have to even match, right? They can be like in a really crooked position, right? They can be any position where even down, but you're not on the ground, right? And the trick is not to get good at this exercise. That's not the idea. It's a bigger picture. You're taking the strength from this exercise. So as you're lying, what's touching the ground? Your body, your spine and your back right now. So, and what's touching it? The floor. The floor is solid. Pick up the solidness of the floor. So let the strength of the floor go to your arms and legs to support you. Okay, try it, guys, try it. You need to feel your whole body with something as simple as just lifting your arms and legs off the ground. I did this on Sunday a little bit, and about 20 minutes like this and on my back. And I felt great, guys. So many injuries disappeared. You know, you're strengthening all the muscles as one piece connected to each other. Fascia, tendons, ligaments. It's great. It's just amazing. Of course, if you're tired, go down, but try to keep them up. They don't even have to match each other. The arms can be one place, legs can be in another. Yeah. And the idea is that you always know where your entire body is. If you need like a visual, think of like rock climbing, right? You always know where your arms or legs are, right? And they're usually doing something. And I try to let this position migrate to like the side. So you're on your side now, right? So I don't know if you can kind of see me. I'm on my ribs, right? And it's a little bit of a balance thing. And I'm really, really trying to work with feeling my whole body. So you're up on the side of your ribs, right? Really challenging. Great stretch, great dexterity. That's it, Oleg, that's it. Nice, Tom. And you can flip to the other side if you get tired. Yeah, you can even go to your stomach. That's the next position, right? The key with the stomach is don't strain the low back. Don't curve so much that you feel pressure in your low back. You curve just enough to the arms and legs are off the ground, but not to put pressure on the low back. So make sure you feel the entire body, guys. That's the big critical thing here. You didn't just do these movements, but you feel your body. Awesome, guys. Very good. Stand up for a bit. How was it? Could you feel the whole body?
Oh, yeah.
So if some of you have, like I have at home, some light, like ankle weights or wrist weights, or like 5 pounds, nothing crazy, okay? Hey, Ralph, nothing crazy. You can even feel it more. Any of you ever heard of the Pravilo? Have you guys ever heard of this? I think, oh, like, you know, it's Russian, right? You ever seen that? It's a gizmo that hooks you up by the wrist, hooks you up by the ankle, and it kind of looks like a torture machine, right? I think it's called Pravilo is what it's called. It's
Set
one,
it up with the twins.
the twins had it. Yeah, I never used it there, but this thing is unbelievable. And it's very similar, right? It's like it's working with your whole body, right? The fascia, the tendon connections and stuff like that, right? It's really deep work. But you don't need that machine. You can do it on your own, but the machine is nice to have, right? Play with this stuff, guys. Don't just move on the ground, but feel like you feel your whole body as you're doing this. You don't feel separated, okay? Questions at all? No? Okay. So stand up, all right? So again, stay straight. Do a quick body scan. Like, get used to this, guys. For me, even in class, if I have a free moment, I scan my body. Just scan your body always. Get into the habit and the routine of just starting at your feet. As an inhale, scan it. As an exhale, scan it down. And just be very aware of your body at all times, right? For those of you that follow the club on Facebook, I posted a video that Michael posted on his site of a bullfighter. These guys that not just they fight, they actually do acrobatics around bulls. So these guys take the Matador to a whole other level. I've never seen, this is probably one of the highest display of movement I've ever seen in my life, and danger. Like it was pretty mind-boggling. Body awareness, movement, fear, everything was 10 out of 10. So it was amazing if you get a chance to look at it. So what I want you to do now, pick up your fist. Okay, so pick up your fist. And as you put it out as a punch, that it moves your entire body. You don't stop it. As the fist comes out, you take a step. Okay, so it looks a little something like this, guys. As I'm here, as my fist ends, I take a step. So when I want to go back, I punch back. If I want to go to the left, I punch to the left. Punch to the right. So you do not allow yourself to take a punch without taking a step. If you want to punch, you must step. And at the very end of it, so make a punch, just as the punch is about to end, your foot takes over. And remember, backwards punches, left punches, right punches, doesn't matter what kind of punches, but it moves you. Think of somebody pulling your arm. At the very end, somebody pulled your arm. Don't stop, Jaker. As soon as that fist ends, I know it's the camera, I get it. I don't want you to punch the camera. Nice, Miro, nice. That's better, Jake, that's better. Same idea with your elbow, exact same thing. So your elbow comes out and then it moves you. The elbow comes out and it moves you. It goes back and it moves you. So you don't elbow and move, you elbow, and at the end of the movement, you step. Exactly, Ulrich, exactly. You make the elbow, as soon as it ends, you step. You don't elbow and move at the same time. Awesome, guys. Watch me for a sec. So the same idea with the shoulder. So if you imagine somebody moving your shoulders, okay? At the end of the movement, my spine turns. At the end of my spine, my hips. At the end of my hips, my body. So when I receive a push, my whole body moves. Okay? So now start to make some movements with your shoulders. As soon as the movement ends, you walk. So make a small movement with your shoulder forward. Take a step forward. It's going to be very small. But you're training yourself to all the time, never let a move stop. The shoulder moves, it ends, the feet take over. The feet are always there, guys. That's what the feet are made for, is to move us. So our body moves. As soon as it runs out of movement, our feet move. So if you want to imagine people pushing your shoulders, it's fine too. You can make all those movements, right? And you can play. You can stick your fist out. Next one, use your elbow. The next one, your shoulder. It didn't matter. It's the whole body is going to respond. It's just what started the motion. In this case, the fist, the elbow, or the shoulder are starting the motion, but the whole body's following. It didn't stop. The whole body's following. Patrick, watch the end. As soon as it stops, you continue. As soon as it stops. Yeah, you got to be very present at that moment. Don't try not to get caught up in the pause. Like, try to continue the motion. You put your fist up, you know the end is coming, then your whole body comes forward. You're really punching from the whole body. Yeah, the whole body is engaged now. It's not separate. It's no more just a fist. It's the whole body. That's it, Jake. That's it. Yeah, remember your fist, elbow, shoulder. Awesome, guys. Now with your leg, the same thing. So lift up your leg, right? And you make that motion to kick, and then you take a step. So you make like a kicking motion, you take a step. Now, watch my feet closely, guys. I'll try to see them, tilt my computer down if you can see it, right? So here is where my step would be. So here's a normal step for me, okay? So you have to know what a normal step is. So when I kick, I have to put my foot down where a normal step would be. You don't kick and make a big step, like where the kicking step would be. You need to always kick and then put your foot back where a normal step would be, okay? And guys, the trick to the kick is always the knee. So make sure when you kick, you lift the knee as high as it can go, meaning without falling over, and then let the foot come out, and don't put it back where it was, put it back where step should have been. So think of the way you walk and put it back where step would have been. And you can kick backwards, you can kick sideways, it didn't matter. But you always place your foot back where step would have been. You can do the same with your knee. The exact same thing. You lift up your knee like you're kneeing somebody, and you always put your foot back exactly where a step would have been. Oleg, when you kick, you don't lean back, man. You can see your back. Don't lean back. Guys, watch me for a sec. Sorry, it disappeared for a sec. So, just watching some of you with your kicks, and so one thing that helped me a lot when I was learning how to kick was this little drill I'm going to show you. I grab the stick, and what you do is you put it down your shirt. Okay, you put it down your shirt, and then you put it down into your pants as well, okay? So that you can see it has a plumb line, right? So when you kick, if you lean, you see how there's a space in the stick? What I want to do is kick and keep the stick level with my head. Otherwise, that tells me if my back is rounding out, right? Now, you don't need a stick with you all the time. It's just an idea, because I used to have this bad habit of leaning, right? You see how hard it is, eh, Oleg? You see it? Now you're going to see your back, right? Try to keep your back as straight as you can, guys. Don't vibrate when you're kicking. Yeah, see how that stick goes back? Try your hardest to just lift up. Yeah, exactly, Tom, exactly. Believe me, posture is really big in good kicking. Baker, just watch your house over there. You put that stick, you'll knock everything around. Be careful. It's just an idea. I mean, I'm going to show you guys how to work with a stick on another time. Just it's an old trick that I used to use. It taught me good posture, and then I try to kick and even punch, and you realize how much you lean when you do this. This will not allow you. So if you, whether you stick your fist out or whether you stick your leg out, if you have any tension in your back, the stick starts to kind of whack you around a little bit. So, nice, Miro, nice. Knee, foot. That's it, guys. Put the foot back, not where it was, where a step would have been. So instead of you kick, but you still have to put it back where the step would have been. Awesome, guys. Come close for a sec. How did it feel? How did it feel? Did you feel the whole body when you were kicking, when you were punching? You feel more connected? Remember, guys, train yourself as much as you can. When you punch or you kick, it's not the arm or the leg, it's the whole body. It's the whole body that's going to feel this, okay? The whole body that's going to respond. It's not segmented into the elements. It's your body weight, whatever you weigh is what gives your punch or kick power. Okay, that's where true power comes, other than just scratching the person. You want to really give them a good punch or kick, okay? Make sense? The speed you're doing right now is really good. It will become faster on its own if you just leave it, okay? Last thing I wanted to show you, lie down everybody if you can onto your back, okay? So there was an instructor, I believe it was Talanoff, if you guys remember. He made a video where he talked about being able to study Systema completely through stretching. And he often talked a lot about it, and it was very interesting to me because there is a lot of benefits to it. So what I want you to do now is get comfortable on the ground, lie down, okay? And open yourself as wide as you can. So we're talking about like a big X. So think of the letter X, okay? So we're going to combine whole body with body scan with stretching. So just watch me for a sec. So try to imagine somebody pulling your fingers and your toes. So you're stretching from what's called the fingers and the toes. So try to stretch your fingers and toes out, okay? So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and try to make the fingers and toes long. Don't worry about the whole body, but reach with the fingers and toes so that they feel like they're almost decompressing because the joint opens up. Don't tense them up. That's Patrick, if you do it like that, you're tensing them. You want to stretch them. You flex the hands, they're tensing. Kind of remember, guys, things become a stretch when you relax them. Otherwise, you're tensing them. Now, so we're scanning now. So from the fingers and toes, I want you to go to the wrists and ankles. So think of reaching out with your wrists and ankles. Nothing else. The movement might only be a half an inch. I don't know. It doesn't, not a huge movement, but visualize decompressing the wrists and the ankles. So there's a pull. When somebody's pulling or you're stretching, the joint is opening. Now, bring your focus or that scan to the elbows and knees. So now think of somebody pulling and the elbow and the knee starts to open. So you feel your fingers stretch, pulling, you feel your wrists, and now you feel your elbow. And the feeling is that the joint is opening and the muscles that are holding the joint are elongating. So you're really reaching, stretching, and opening joints. And now think of your shoulders and your hips. So think about relaxing your chest, think about relaxing your stomach, and allow the hips and the shoulders to open. It might even be only just a millimeter. Try to visualize 4 people pulling you open or apart. There's this constant flow of thought and energy out, nothing coming in. Everything is going out. Now into the stomach and into the ribs and spine. Try to really open it. So the thought can be that you're hanging off of a chin-up bar. Your whole body is just lengthening. Gravity is pulling it down. The bar is pulling it up. And you just feel like you're being stretched. Try to keep that idea that you're just, everything is pulling out. Nothing is coming back in. Now the hard stuff. Keep this position, okay? And as you inhale, tense up the body a little bit, but try not to shrink. And then as you exhale, try to stretch further from all 4 points. Yeah, you might, exactly, Patrick, you might have to wiggle a little bit. When you breathe out to relax, wiggle a little bit. Try to fight for every possible millimeter you can get. So you inhale, you tense up without shrinking the muscle. And then as you exhale, relax even more and find another millimeter somewhere. Don't hold your breath, guys. Don't hold your breath. Now, allow the body to just take whatever shape it wants. Just relax it, allow it to take whatever shape it wants. And just take a moment with your breathing, scan your body again, see how it feels. Awesome, guys. Come around. Okay. How'd that feel? How'd that stretching feel?
That star shape, I was feeling rotator, could be scar tissue.
Oh, yeah.
When I started to relax, the pain went away.
Good. Good. You feel something.
It's kind of subsided.
There's great benefits to stretching like this, guys, because remember, you're now stretching like the skin and this fascia underneath here. Like it's like, it almost feels like a burn sometimes. Okay. But most massage therapists will tell you that 70% of people's tension in their body exists in the fascia, not in the muscles. So it's very common, Patrick, for an athlete to turn to his coach and say, I feel stiff, and they can do the splits. You're like, how do you feel? Like, what do you mean? Like, because it's in the fascia, right? It's all woven. And then there's also ways to also make the fascia strong too. So it's like a strong sheath around your arm, right? Or around your body parts. But fascia is like saran wrap. That's, you ever had how saran wrap can cling up? That's how it works in the body when we have problems, right? So something to think about. That stretching is almost entirely systema. What are you doing? By stretching, you tense yourself, and your effort now is to relax yourself. It's the most important, right? To say, I'm stretching, but I know I'm reaching, but I feel tense. So I got to relax. Then it becomes a stretch. Then I stretch some more. So it becomes a stretch when relax, when you try, right? That's not what you want, right? So guys, I showed a lot. I don't know, there's a lot there. I tried to kind of I wanted to make sure I got it in there, everything for you. A lot of it is structured where I could give you less, practice it more, or I could give you more like I did now and just let you practice it and have a moment, right? And you have this reference point. So please play with some of the breathing and this idea of whole body stuff. Try to remember that idea of like when you're thirsty and you drink, you feel it in your entire body. When you're hungry and you eat, it's like you feel it in every part of your body, right? When you move, you should feel it in every part of your body, and you breathe the same, okay? Try your hardest to feel it. And then tomorrow when people in training push you or grab you, your whole body will do that. Because why? Because you're practicing it. You know, I've been trying to teach my kids this, is that you get good at what you practice. If you just hang out with your friends, you get good at hanging out with your friends. If you practice reading and writing, you get good at reading and writing. You get good at the things that you practice or repeat. So by doing this little bit of work, to me, 1 hour of personal work like this is equivalent to 7 hours of training in class, because you did it on your own and you did it from your own self. So it means much, much more. Okay, it's a big difference. Something to think about. Okay, guys. Any questions before you go? You feel good?
Good.
Thanks, guys. I'll post this in about a day. Yeah, maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll have it up. You guys can watch it again. If there's any issues, please let me know. Okay, if you can't watch the video, you should all have access to it now. I fixed a few problems, but if there's others, you let me know. Okay. Bye, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks, man.
Bye, guys.
See you guys. Thanks, Manny.
Bye, guys. Bye.